Hey guys. All right, so this one is not prepared and I just woke up. This just hit me and I need to share it. I think just so I can watch it back as well. So selfishly, I'm just going to record this and share this because I want to be able to listen to this again. Um, we attract people into our lives that help us grow, right? We make soul contracts before we come into this world, and then we live them out. And we think something's gone horribly wrong because we're hurting, because we are being pushed, because we're made to feel so uncomfortable, because we have to be uncomfortable to break out of our prison, which is our mind, our ego, our identity. That's what's keeping us stuck. We're stuck because of identity, because of ego, because we think we're this person and everything needs to go our way and it doesn't go our way. We get triggered and life just doesn't feel good. To break out of that, I was triggered last night and this morning with my core trigger. My core wound was activated from my childhood, from this life, this core, ultimate, most painful feeling wound, and it got activated. And there's one person in this world that activates it. Like it has to, I planned this. Like it has to be a soul thing. It's so bad, so strong and painful. There is no way I did not plan this. My soul did not plan this. It's perfect. It hits me exactly the way to destruction. And everything else around it is set up in a way to soften the blow, to help me survive this, but break. And now here's the soft place to rest. So now that you're broken, now you have a place to heal through it, to work through it. This is not made up. This isn't random, right? Now I was thinking, the people around me tell me, this person is bad for you, Judy. There's too much pain. There's too much confusion. This isn't good for you. This isn't healthy. Why doesn't he hold you better? Why doesn't he show up the way a man is meant to show up? Why, how come he's not giving you 100% and this keeps happening, or you're feeling like this? That's not okay. That's not good. He's not good, right? And my identity, my ego says, yeah, I deserve someone who treats me like 1, 2, 3. And you learn this stuff, right? In society, on Instagram. People tell you, the world tells you how you're meant to be treated, right? Like a princess, and they're meant to be perfect. Why do we listen to that? Why do we believe that? Where's the line? Where do we draw the line? Because we're not perfect. We get triggered. We treat them however, and we don't want them to either think, oh, she's not good enough, or that you aren't good enough because you do 1, 2, 3. But you're just you, and you're just trying to figure this one out too. You do things you don't mean. You say things you don't mean. I don't think having someone in your life, entertaining someone who triggers you, I don't think you should throw them out. I think you should look. What's happening here? Like me, I attract avoidance, right? Avoidant personality, avoidant attachment style. The men I'm attracted to avoid either closeness, intimacy, or conflict, emotions. When I get emotional, they run. And I'm thinking, they're doing exactly what I don't want. What I need is exactly not given, And that's wrong, right? And why is this happening to me? And the internet and your friends will tell you it's, oh, Judy, because you're an empath, because you're so sweet and you're attracting the opposite and you just got to heal. And when you heal, you attract the perfect partner. And the perfect partner is what? Someone who makes you happy, right? Who treats you so well that you can sit in your stuff and work through it like, all fairy tale and whatever. What if that's not how it actually is? What if, in my example, I'm attracting men who have an avoidant attachment style because this is trying to show me something. Not that I need to heal something and then the right man will show. What if this is the right man? What if those are the right men? What if it's not about them being men? What if this is just life mirroring to me where I'm stuck, what I'm not looking at? And then that's what happened to me this morning. There's the avoidance. Here I am, triggered with what? My original childhood wound. So I am with someone who triggers that in me that I need to look at and heal. And I call that the wrong man, the wrong life is giving me the wrong people because I'm not feeling good. So their avoidance of deeper connection, of showing up, of helping me or taking my discomfort away is mirroring directly my avoidance of myself, of my inner truth. Right? I just got that. Just then. That's why I rushed quickly and just set up the camera so I can quickly say this. We are so quick to judge and condemn others. They're avoidant. That's wrong. That's bad. And I'm attracting it. Okay, because I got to heal something, because I'm an empath or I'm anxiously attached and I just need someone who's also anxiously attached and we can attach together and be happy and work through our stuff or whatever. I don't know what therapists say and psychologists and these people on social media now. I mean, I listen to it too, it's nice to listen to. And to a point, yes, you do want to understand the psychology behind it all. But ultimately, if you forget the person, your person, and you remember that life is a school, then you got to really just look, what am I learning here on every step? Why is life giving me the same thing packaged differently? What am I meant to learn here? And I have been avoiding myself and my pain my whole life. And it has shown up as, it's a romantic relationship for me. That's where I freak out and lose myself more than anything. And then my partner needs to jump through a million hoops to make sure I'm comfortable enough so I don't have to look at myself, so I don't have to go in and see my childhood wound. And the man gets exhausted and no one can do everything to keep me comfortable. No one, because they're not meant to. And life is going to go like, oh, Judy, you're going at it the wrong way. Like, crap, we got to let's bring this up a notch and make her more uncomfortable until she finally stops trying to control and breaks open and looks at herself. Oh, my God. So, what did I realize this morning? What did I realize? I realized that life is going to bring me triggers in the form of whatever. In my case, it's just the romantic partner. I think in most of us, it is your biggest trigger. It is the closest to you. That and I have the privilege of having this person in my life right now who is my greatest mirror. He brings out the most gut-wrenching pain in me, but everyone just screams, run, wrong, toxic. And I think this is a gift for as long as it needs to be a gift, for as long as I need to learn. And I need to just detach from the person that he is, and I need to detach from my own person, my own identity and ego, and look what underlies it. Look at the energy and look at the work beyond me, Judy, and him, who he is. There's something bigger going on underneath it all. And I think that's what we all need to understand. And that's what we all need to do. And that's where detachment comes in. where you detach from your identity so you can do the real work. Last night and this morning, my original childhood wound was triggered by this man. And all I could think was, oh my God, what am I doing? This is wrong. Oh God, we're just going to repeat the same pattern again. What am I doing? I'm just going to end up being hurt, and just lost in the small stuff. A relationship, what does this mean? Should I, and last time it was love bombing, and now I'm going to not do anything, and now there's so much going on that you get lost in this relationship stuff that stops you from doing the real work. So I calmed myself down and I was like, get out of your head. So you have all these thoughts and all these opinions, and you judge them for how they're acting, and you look at just your needs, and they're not fulfilling them. And if only they did this, and you think back and, oh God, and this is the mistakes they did, and this is their pattern, and now they're going to repeat it, and why am I doing this? And this isn't going to work. And, all of this stuff is all up here. And now we want to forget all this, and we want to come here, right? We have to come to our heart, and we have to go into the body. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stop thinking. I'm going to feel. And I felt. And I was like, what am I feeling? Like, this is horrible, horrible pain. What is that? And that's when it hit me. And that's when it took me back to my childhood. And I think I'm just going to tell you exactly what it is, so that you have a concrete example, and then you can maybe also do the work yourself, because this is incredible, right? Inner child work is incredible. And no one taught me this. I'm just experiencing this, and I'm just trying to do, I know that I need to go in and I need to feel it. I need to find, when did you first feel this feeling? And you try and go back there and you reparent yourself. You go as your adult self to your child, pick him up, and validate and love and do everything that you needed as a child and that you didn't get from your parents or your caregiver. You reparent. And then the next step even would be then to confront your parents in that time, to go like, you didn't do this and I need this and you didn't, this is what I needed and you didn't, and you just go nuts and you let it all out, to just let your body somatically reset, to just, it's stuck there, to act it out, speak it out, quietly while you're alone. Anyway, so I got triggered last night, this morning, worst pain ever. And I'm like, okay, how do I know this pain? This is the worst pain. And it took me back. I was about 5 years old in Bulgaria on holidays with my parents and my brother. And I was obsessed with stamps. I was collecting them, big stamp collection. I was obsessed. And there were so many stamps on that market. And nothing mattered anymore. And I was just obsessed and staring at these stamps. And I think at some point my parents and my brother got annoyed with me because I kept stopping, and they walked on. And I was just, immersed in these stamps. And when I was done and I looked up, I was alone. And I looked, couldn't see my parents, and I freaked. And that's that pain. That's what came up. That was the first time. That's just where I go back to. And foreign country, I knew no one. Old women came up to me, probably in their language, like, are you lost? You're lost. Where are your parents? I was paralyzed. I remember I couldn't move. I didn't move. I didn't even look around anymore. I was just paralyzed in fear of being lost, being abandoned. Then what happened is, I don't know how much time went by. It could have been a second. It could have been a few minutes. And there they are, standing just over to the side. I was never lost. They saw me. I think they called me over. They didn't even come to me. And there was no validation of, oh my God, Judy, are you all right? Come here, darling. I'm sorry. No, we were right here, You thought you were lost. You're okay. We're here. Nothing. Just like, come on. All right, let's go on. Are you done? Are you done with your stamps? Let's go. There was no validation. There was no love. There was no reconnection. That's the story of my whole childhood, right? But that is that moment that keeps replaying in my romantic relationships. I don't have that with anyone else. I don't have that with friendships. Like when my friends cancel, or I have a conflict with a friend, or family, or anything, it's different. It's a romantic partner. It hits me every single time. And it doesn't have to be anything big. It can just be like, oh, I was expecting that we were going to hang out together tonight, and we're not. Because you have other plans. Done. Biggest trigger. Okay? And then what I did my whole life is I went after them. I chased. Because now I'm feeling this abandonment as a 5-year-old, and I just want someone. I said, save me. Pick me up. Tell me I'm okay. Tell me I'm safe. Tell me you were here the whole time. Tell me you're not leaving me. Tell me that you'll be here forever. You'll love me forever, and nothing will change ever. I'm safe. And I go out and I try and get that from men. And I now have to, instead of doing that, which is I am avoiding myself in the world, going out into the world, and being so consumed by this human incarnation, like I was so consumed with the stamps as a child, so consumed, I forget who I am. I forget what is happening right here. And energetically, I'm gone. And, spiritually, everything's just gets sucked down into this tiny little, human existence. What do you call it? Identity. And the cycle continues. So, and this is also important. And now I'm sitting with it. So this morning I sit with it and I'm thinking, okay, I'm feeling this way. Feel it, don't think. But then, you go back to thinking, and the thoughts come like, he didn't do this. Why isn't he doing that? And it's this whole, what another person needs to do, which you deem is acceptable, and what they're doing and you deem is not acceptable. And I'm like, but wait a second. What about them? They are a little child that comes up. They're going through the same thing. Do they have the skills more than me to stop, regulate, heal it, and then show up empty, unattached, without the identity, as a pure being? Because that's what I'm expecting. That's what we all expect from everyone else, don't we? That they're fine, that they don't get triggered, that they act the way that you want, sort of free, right? You always want people to be free of identity, free of ego, free of patterns, to be worthy and to make you feel good. And their energy is amazing, and everything flows, right? And those are the people that are magnetic, isn't it? That's how it is. And you're sitting there struggling and trying to figure it out. No one else is allowed to. Everyone else needs to be perfect. Perfect as in unattached, detached. So I'm expecting something from this person. And what I have had to realize is that he's struggling. He doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know how to deal with his pain. There is pain, and we don't always communicate it. I was very lucky that he actually communicated his pain to me last night. He actually said it. And my response was perfect, fantastic. Because I was feeling good in that moment, and I was thinking, that's perfect, great. This is great food for thought, and crunch time, you can work with that to free yourself. I didn't say all that. All I said was like, wonderful, perfect. And I'm just like, wow, okay, So I've left him to sit with his pain and his confusion and what's coming up for him. And not one thought was wasted on that. I just thought about what's triggered in me and what he should do, and how, now we're going to repeat these patterns, and he's unhealthy for me, and he's not right for me. He's the perfect mirror. He's showing me exactly, he's triggering everything exactly so powerfully for me to do my work, to sit here now. And I would not even have had that like epiphany of going like, people are going through stuff too. Who are you for them? How are you helping? Can you step aside? Can you drop your ego and what you want from them? Can you stop that and drop that for a moment and show up empty and give them a bit of space where they can go through their shit and you don't freak out and you can just be there for them, listen, validate, and not freak out so that they know that if shit happens to me and I'm freaking out, there's still someone here steady who's not phased, who's not shaken, who's not going to punish me for struggling. Because that's ultimately what we want, right? But we don't get it because who does this work and who can do that for you? Not many people. There aren't many people. But if they're not doing it, then maybe that's a good thing. Use that. Use the people in your life. Use their, not perfect beingness. I don't know what the word is. For them to not be perfect. Use that. That's a mirror. That's not happening by chance. You don't have this person in your life that's triggering the shit out of you out of chance or because you're weak and you're making another mistake. There's no such thing. You've got that person in your life right now because you're not looking. You're not realizing what it's trying to show you. Stop making it about them and look at what you're avoiding. What's your work? Where are you stuck? Life is presenting you with everything to show you exactly where you are stuck. Find it. Look. Don't be scared. This is terrifying, I know, but do it. Go in. Go all the way in. Go into the pain. That's your answer. That's your becoming, your unfolding, your rebirth. It's through it. You got to go straight in, right into the most horrendous pain and discomfort. That's where you find yourself. That's where you find God. That's where you surrender. That's where it all opens up. This is all it. That's it. Because what stops you is the ego. What stops you is the identity. What stops you is the fear. And that's your prison. That's that low energy, keeping you stuck in this low vibration. And we got to break out of it. And part of that is, not part of it, the mirror is life. Life is showing us exactly where to go, but we're just too scared and lost in it to listen. It's like, oh, but this isn't fun. I'm going to find this over here that's more fun. And you're avoiding again and you're enjoying. And as long as you're doing that, that's fine too, right? You never blame yourself. There are no mistakes. There are no mistakes. It's all happening perfectly. And if you haven't done it until now, and now you're hearing this, and this is making you go like, okay, this is it, I'm doing it, then that's what was exactly meant to happen. And if you're listening to this and you're just like, yes, but then you don't do it, then it's not your time. There is a divine timing. And it's incredible. It's amazing. So for me personally, this person right now was my perfect mirror. We broke up and he wasn't in my life for 4 or 5 weeks. Nothing. And I was done. I was 100% done. And then he just reappeared and it just so happened. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means forever, or I don't know if that means one more quick lesson, But already, this is my lesson. This is what I just realized. Allow people to live their life. Allow people to also do their work and figure it out. And that's going to happen in real time with you. Instead of, I got to find the perfect partner. I deserve 1, 2, 3. And this is what it looks like. And he's meant to be secure and he's meant to be safe and he's meant to be a rock so that I can go crazy and he doesn't. That he's steady, he's masculine and I can rage. What? Where did this come from? Social media told me this. It sounds amazing. Maybe there's a certain degree of where, yes, but ultimately, I mean, you want a person that's regulated. But if they're not, and you are not, but you're both aware and working together to become regulated, why would that be wrong? Because on social media, it doesn't say that. Social media says, no, the man is the rock. And then you can rage. What if I'm the rock? What if I have this clarity and that can help someone else regulate and for the first time in their life find peace, real peace, true peace. And in that peace, they can transform. But no, because I'm the woman, it's not my job. I don't know. I'm just going on I'm just talking now. But, there's, again, this is all the mind stuff, rules, and this is how it's meant to be. That's all mind. That means nothing. We get lost in, and that's where we get lost in psychology a little bit too. And, even the avoidant, stay away from the avoidant partner, because they will run when it gets difficult. And, when I go into my heart and I think about that poor person that runs when it gets difficult, the person that hears your emotional pain and then makes that personal and thinks I'm not good enough for her, so I'm going to leave her. She can find someone who's good enough. I can't. Like we make people so evil, they're avoidant. They will, as soon as you're hurting, they will run. And then it's like, because they don't care, because they didn't really love you in the first place or whatever. We blame in such a negative way, and in the heart, it's like, we're all really just trying our hardest. We're trying our best and people are struggling and we all do different things. And they run because they're scared, because it hurts and there's confusion. They don't know what to do. That doesn't make them evil. That doesn't make them wrong. It means that there is a soul there and it's trying really hard and it's just lost right now. How can you judge that? How can you push that away? How can you say, I don't want this in my life? I mean, I think at some point we just need to work on having the capacity to have people in our life who are just not perfect. And they will trigger us the worst way. This avoidant thing, this running away, is the thing that triggers me the most, that hurts me the most. And that's why I keep finding it. I'm emotionally left all the time. And that's not by chance. And that's not because I'm not healed yet and I'm attracting the wrong blah, blah, blah. No. This is because I need to look at exactly that part in me. I'm not seeing it. I'm not looking. I am avoiding myself, my true self. So you do that. And the more you work on yourself and the more you go inside and the more you detach, the more you allow people around you to just be as well. They can be and they can do their work and they can figure it out. Right? And isn't that what life is about? Isn't that why we're here? To do this work, to wake up out of this matrix, out of this even doing the work. And that's get out of here, stop, calm, quiet down, come into your heart, love. Again, the answer every time, it's love. If you're not loving what is right now, and if you're not loving every single person in your life right now, then you're stuck and you've got work to do. Your work is done when you love everyone and everything and you're at peace with what is. Then you are truly in your heart and truly detached, truly in your true self, without lost in identity, lost in the person. And from there, You are a gift and a light to life and to everyone around you, because you are now allowing others, giving others the space and the love to be who they are and to be on their journey and to move through whatever they need to move through. And it does not sway you. It does not touch you, because you are deeply rooted and centered in the isness of life. Not the stories, not the patterns, not the old stuff. That's noise. And you come back down into your heart. What does that mean? I don't know. If you know, you know. Into the quiet where you love it all, everything, everything. You love everything. You love everyone. You need nothing. You want nothing. Everything is perfect. And you know that. You are that. And you see them, they are that. But caught, like you get caught. That's okay. That's the work here. But don't forget who you are. Don't forget what you are while you're doing the work. And you keep coming back. You're doing the work so that you forget and come back. Your true self, God, universe. You know, a part of the whole. The little snippet that is looking through your eyes right now. That is part of the whole. That is oneness. That's where we are. That's what we are. Experiencing this incredible life that is a gift. And by grace, we will never be lost. It will never let go of us. No matter how lost we are, it'll keep pulling us home. And it does it by discomfort and pain. That's the grace that calls you home. And just don't be too scared to look. Follow it. That your pain is like breadcrumbs home. Okay, I think that's all. Ugh, I'm tired now. I'm gonna have my coffee and go see my horses. I hope everyone has a beautiful day and a beautiful week. And I hope this helped someone else sort of step back and just appreciate the pain and the people that trigger it. And to understand the love behind all of that. That incredible, unconditional love that is in all of this.